大家好 Hello everybody, welcome to another Morning English podcast. 我是 Jack.
大家好，我是卡拉，欢迎收听这一期的早安英文。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
我们今天呢就要来聊一下，就是有一些行为啊，在我们中国的文化当中，觉得好像是可以接受的，或者说甚至是比较正常的，但是呢，在西方文化里面却觉得非常的不礼貌，非常的粗鲁。Okay, so what's the first one?
Okay, so the first one I can think of is and n.
什么
and n.
What's wrong with these?
Well, if you don't hear something properly, you're supposed to say pardon to be polite. So if you just say or it's considered rude, like very rude.
But we're always saying to you.
I know it's not rude. I know Chinese people don't say it to be rude. It's just it will be considered rude in Western countries.
What about n? 是什么？
No, just like when you give somebody like something.
是 n.
对
明白了
So yeah, again, this is considered rude. I think it's rude because you're making a noise and not a word, and it's seen as lazy and therefore disrespectful. So you should say like, here you are, instead of no, it's like no, 给你。
行，就是在英文世界里面呢，就觉得说你这么随随便便发出来一个没有任何意义，或者说算不上是一个词的这么一个声音，就会给人一种不尊重的感觉。所以呢，我们中文如果说没有听清楚，我们会讲但其实呢，你应该要讲 pardon， 或者说递东西的时候我们会讲呢，但是呢，你应该要讲 here you are。
Okay, so the next one I can think of is pretty obvious, and it concerns smoking. So one of the big differences these days between Asia and the West is the indoor smoking policy.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
You can't smoke in any building in England, right?
Yeah, you cannot smoke in any public buildings. You can only smoke in your house, but not many people do actually, because English houses have lots of rugs on the floor and blankets and carpets, and this absorbs the smell very easily.
So where do you usually smoke?
Outside.
In your backyard.
In the garden, yeah, in the garden.
Okay, so did you find that strange when you first came to China?
I did, but I wasn't complaining because I smoke myself, and I love to smoke after a meal in a restaurant, so 我很开心。
好的，所以呢，第二个差别就是说，我们在中国其实这个事情不是很严格，就在一些餐厅啊，或者在很多地方都会有人抽烟，但是在英国呢，在一些公共场合是基本上是不能抽烟的，所以这个事情呢也会 be considered rude.
Yeah, very.
好的，然后第三个事情呢 I can think of one that might cause problems.
Yeah.
And that's haggling.
Yes, haggling or bartering is increasingly rare in the UK and other countries. It's also something that most people, including me, feel very uncomfortable about. And generally, if something has a price on it, that is what you will have to pay for it.
Okay, so where does haggling still happen?
It can happen at car boot sales.
Car boot sales?
Yeah,
what is car boot sales?
Second-hand sales. So people sell their second-hand things. And then you can say, I will give you £5, and they say, no, give me £10. You know, that still happens.
明白。
但是 even at farmers markets, they don't haggle. They will tell you this is this much. You have to pay it.
好，所以说就是在国外啊，基本上除了就是 car boot sales 或者叫做 second hand sales， 就是二手买卖。除了这种情况下呢，其他基本上所有情况，就算是在农贸市场买菜，都基本上不会讨价还价。但是呢，在中国 it's really common.
Yeah, very common. Yeah,
就觉得好像
I can't do it.
就好像不讨价还价你就吃了亏似的，所以这个事情也是一个就是他们会觉得有点不礼貌啊，让人不舒服的事情。
Okay, the next one up is especially important to British people. And you can get in trouble all over the world, though. It's queuing. So failing to line up properly is a big no.
就是排队。Do you find that annoying?
Very. But after like 1 year in China, I have the confidence to tell people like, "Hey, I was first. Me first. Me first."
Don't cut in line.
Yeah,
I was first.
Exactly.
就是你插队了。现在罗强已经敢这么说了。So people get angry about this.
Yeah, especially if somebody cuts to the front in front of other people who have queued. This will get people very, very, very angry.
对，但是其实这个事情呢 ，it's not polite even in China, but yeah.
Of course.
对呀，就排队这个事情呢，就是在所有的地方都是让人就插队这个事情都是让人很不愉快的。但是这个事情可能在中国呢，会相对更加常见一点点。
Okay, the last one for today is talking.
Talking?
Yeah.
Just talking?
No, it's talking in restaurants or on the subway. Loudly, so loudly talking.
Okay, loudly.
Yeah, it's best to just keep your voice down in both these places.
Okay, so maybe if you're in Changsha people talk loudly.
Yeah, I mean this is not like all Chinese people do this. This is just a generalization. So
对
you know, just a general kind of thing.
所以最后一件事情呢，就是在其实也算是一个就是很多 public places， 比如说餐厅啊、地铁啊，就是中国人会偏向于更加不顾及别人去大声的讲话，然后这个事情呢就会被觉得说非常的 rude and selfish， 非常自私，非常不礼貌。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
我是卡拉，
我是 Jack，
我们下期见吧。
再见，拜拜。